Okay, Dave Snyder here. It's the 14th of January 2016, and I just made a video showing this alignment and how it ended up aligning with that spot in Australia. Anyways, this picture ended up in this location right here next to Africa, and just check out some of the features of it where it ends up. Take a look at this is weather off in the Atlantic Ocean right here. You see there's Greenland, tip of Greenland up there, and this is Florida right here. See that, Florida? Okay. And right here is the abyss, basically. This is the abyss that I lined up to Mare Oriental Basin. In the last video, you have to watch the last video. Okay, so right here, and then look where this line just ends up, and look at the shape of Saudi Arabia. It makes you wonder. Well, I mean, I don't wonder. I know exactly what it shows. Look at this right here at the tip too, down here. See where this is kind of rubbed off there. Watch. Right here you have the Great Lakes right here, and there's Lake Victoria. Once they were over the same hotspot, or at different times they were over the same hotspot, something like that. This right here is the abyss. They used to call this area right here Abyssinia, a bit like Abyssinia. I guess that's how you say it. Now it's called Ethiopia, but it was look at this right here. You can see it right there. That's it. And that was this was aligning this to something totally different. I aligned this picture to Australia. Watch, I'm going to show you how I did this. And that's what brings it all together is what's amazing about this whole thing. This is, I'm telling you, it's amazing when you see it like this. Okay, where was it? It was I lined it over this Australia picture. Right. Here. See that? I lined this picture of the weather over this picture only. That was it. I aligned it to this, like this. In the last video, I aligned that to that, right? And that was it. You can see all this stuff in here. I mean, it's, and then I brought up, not knowing any way or any way that it was going to line up as well as it did when I brought up the other ones that I have set in place, like Mo Perfect. And it fit perfect in the last video. I showed that, right? Here it fits. I mean, it fits absolutely perfect. See that? This thing right here is like the main thing. I mean, there was no adjustment whatsoever. See, I did it for the first time in a video. See, look at this right here. This area in the center. Okay, so if that's there, I gotta pause. So anyways, this was the amazing thing right here, was that I thought just everything just fit right in there all on its own without aligning this. Like I showed you, I aligned this picture only to Australia. And then after I ended the video, I came back and I looked at this over That's why I say to line that Mo Perfect up, like just like I told you, because this is how it brings things together, just like this. Now watch. You look at this, and just watch how the weather ends up over the land when I take away the Australia. Just way down here, a million miles away, somewhere. Who knows? Right here. So I'll take away that image right there, turn it off, and then just look at how that ended up over Africa. Right there at the Red Sea. See how the Red Sea has got it's just right there. It fell in place just like that. With just lining that circle up with the Australia, and just see all that stuff fit there. putting things together. Like that right there definitely goes with, you can see that's totally the same shape. You can see how that shaped Saudi Arabia right there, I think. Puts it together. Even though it doesn't show Saudi Arabia in this picture behind here, this is weather from, this is up in Canada. But I'm telling you, that's how it puts it together. It puts things together that way, the weather. So it just kind of makes things interesting that this right here is a hurricane maker right here in the Atlantic right here. This right here is the spot right here. That's the abyss. And it's not only here, it's all over the place. That spot's all over the place. You can see it all over this spot. So I'm just saying, this is when you start putting the abyss spots together, you find all these spots that are like pole spots or whatever you want to call them. Put them together, and it shows you these exact kind of these things right here, and it just blows you away how if you have enough images stacked up, how everything will fit. I need to bring up a couple more of them, other ones. Way up here. This is a Pacific Ring. I don't think that'll go with it very well. But I probably need to fix it so it does. Okay, so right here. Try this one. See that right there? See that spot right there? Watch. See that spot right there? You see there's a line that goes across it. It just fits right, and that's not lining the two up together at all. They just fall together that way. Oh, and here's that part there. Don't look as good on here, but still see that same, still holds that pattern. I mean, you can't deny that. It still holds that pattern. And here, bring up the other over Africa, so you can see how that goes over that area. Look how it lines up with the Red Sea again. Look at that. See that line? That's a fault. Look at that. It's a fault break. And look at how straight that line is too. And it's the same length. And look at the tip right there again. Check it out. Tell me the weather that doesn't go together. It goes together. This weather in the Atlantic, in this area, I mean, they shared this area, same area. Not necessarily here, but I'm just saying they were together this way at one time. That weather is from that, from this event. But it's not necessarily only in one place, which makes it really confusing. But that's what it starts to put together, and I can bring up other things. Let's see another one. Be like the Pacific blob. Oh, right here. See that circle right there? Watch. I mean, you can definitely see something wrapped around there. It's not always the same all year either. You know, look at the same thing. But I can see how they go together. Some things go better with others. Here's the African abyss, Pacific blob. Should fit well here and there. Because that's what created Hurricane Sandy right there, that spot. Or I could put, what does this look like? It's interesting too. Pluto. Got to do Pluto. Look at that. Look at the outline on the outline right there. See that? See what I mean right here? Look. This is the one I say. This is the image I'm trying to tell people is not Pluto. Look at that. See how that is? I know you can see that. And if you look, if you can look deeper into it and have a good screen, you would see so much. I've showed so many a video with showed this whole thing perfect. I just accidentally happened upon it while making the video. It showed the whole. Look at that though. See how it comes across and goes right up there, just the same. It comes there. I'm telling you, that's not Pluto. And look how that centers right over that spot. See how they got this whited out? That's Mare Oriental, because this is aligned to this picture I got of the weather is aligned to basically Mare Oriental on the moon, and there it is. There's the same thing. It'll match all day long. If I bring up Mare Oriental, it'll match this Pluto picture perfectly. You see how it even curves out? Look, you can see it go up and it curves out right there. It has that curve. Watch. And then what's here? What's along this line? The Red Sea. And what's over here? The Sahara. Everything just kind of blown away. You can see that in this weather, going something just going blowing out from this set from here, kind of blowing out this way. You can see that in that impact, and just blowing away the Sahara right there. All that crap that's on, and pushing Europe up here, because this was up. This layer was down here over Africa. You can. I'm telling you, this Europe comes from this spot. I've proven it already. I mean, it's hard for me to show everything to everybody, but I try to though. It's just sometimes it don't come together to where and then it gets too far back. But anyways, you can overlay Europe over this area. You'll figure out the exact alignment, and yeah, it's interesting. Mare Oriental moves around this planet and the weather so much. But every time, it doesn't matter where you align it, it brings something together every time. You see this right here? Watch this little area. You see something right there in that corner and everything. If you look close, you can see this. Look at this right here. You see something. Watch. And look how the outline of this right here just stops right in the right place around that white. Look at that. Interesting. Alright, that's it. Just want to show you the little update there. Big update, I guess.